Hi, it's Dawn. Welcome back. I'm playing around with some green Apatite Genuine today, and I've mixed up a really watery mixture here in this palette, and I'm trying out something I saw. I've seen it a couple of times actually, and I don't remember where I know I've seen it on Instagram. I know I've seen it on TikTok and probably YouTube as well, where they just do a bunch of glazes, and you start off with a very watery mixture, but you continue with that mixture, and you cover the whole paper except for just whatever part you don't. Anyway, you just continue to glaze over. And I'm using some 100% cotton paper today, and this tape is acting like it's not going to stick down, and I think it just went underneath, and that's going to make me mad. It's the first tape I laid down, and I was trying really careful to burnish it, and you know what? It's just going to have to be. But this is a time-consuming process because you have to give it time for the paper to dry before you can come back with this. Well, you don't have to, I suppose. And I probably ought to use like a flat brush or a filbert rather than this round, but the goal here is to just create these gradients. And so I mixed up some of this, and then I also mixed up some Quin gold over here. Wasn't really sure how good Quin gold was going to do in this process though. Just tap this off over here because it really gets, in its lighter stages, it really gets super brassy. But let's just try it. Let me grab a bigger brush though and see. There's a filbert. I don't know if I'm gonna like this better or not, but this will give me a oh. Hold on a second. This looks like it's got another color in the brush. No, that looks fine. Okay, never mind. And this is just like a piece of 5x7 cotton paper I'm using, 100% cotton. And then this is just going to be a lot of pausing because I'm not going to use a heat tool because there's tape involved, a hairdryer or anything like that. So I'm just going to use two different brushes and let these dry and continue to put the layers on and see what we get. I thought about throwing this into time lapse, but I don't know. I think maybe I'll just keep coming back. Okay, we're dry. Let's do layer 2. I've still got the round brush here, but Green Apatite is obviously a Primatech. I just don't know how layering is going to work with granulating. We're going to find out, aren't we? Hopefully it looks neat at the end. All right, and then second layer for our Quinacridone gold. Let's mix some more of this up. This brush is soaking it up. Okay. All right, next layer. Is undersea green. Nope, green Apatite Genuine. Is seriously layering, or granulating rather, and kind of wild to see all of the pigments as they separate. Whereas this Quin Gold is just this, you know, solid a color as you would expect, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. I think I like the filbert better for this little exercise, but it's alright. It's nice that we're using two different brushes and two different colors and, you know, getting a comparison in that way. There we go. Okay, we continue on. I have to keep kind of mixing these up because they're separating a little bit as the other layers dry. I'm not adding any more pigment to them. Just doing a little exercise in layering, I suppose. I really like the filbert. Excuse me, I really like the filbert for covering a lot of area. The round brush is not, that's not its strength for sure. Okay, next layer done. This is getting a little thick. I may have to add some more water to this, but then I probably should add some more pigment too, because I don't need to run out. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more before the next time, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm not fond of using this brush at all. With each layer, I'm like, why am I using this brush? Okay, I'll get another brush for the next layer. Yeah, I'm almost out of this green Apatite. No problem, we can make more. Just a wash. Alright, now let's try the Quin Gold for the next layer. How much easier that is. Ugh. Okay. Okay, let's do the next layer. Yeah, I like that filbert so much better. Glad I switched it out. I feel like it gives a better coverage too. All right, might need to make some more Quin Gold over here. I didn't notice that before. That's easy enough. Okay. I'm starting to wonder if my if I should have spaced this out a bit more, but you know, here we are. It's going to end up super dark. Probably should have done a little bit more of a gap before now. Maybe I'll just do some bigger gaps going forward. I don't know. This layer wasn't completely dry, but it was mostly dry. Okay, this is me getting impatient on this whole situation, having to wait to dry between layers. So here I am back with adding a little more green apatite and some more water. Try to kind of get a similar color. Yep, okay. Here we go. Hopefully I'm not sabotaging this little experiment, but paper's still buckled, which means it's still, but it's cool. It's not cool, so I'm hoping that I'm not making it. It seems to be doing pretty good though. I feel like I'm house painting, but there we go. All right, let's make a little more of this. We're gonna need some more for the next time around. Give that a little bit to dry. And yeah, what else? I'm gonna move this down just a little, and I just adjust here a little bit. Okay, that's better. And we can see a little bit better these rings, these layers. They're showing up. All right, let's let it dry. Okay, we carry on with our next layer. I know, I did it backwards. I started with the Quin gold this time instead of the green apatite, but that's okay. There's no rules. We're just playing around with watercolor. How many layers are we going to get with this little piece of, let's see, this is a 5x7 piece of paper, but with the tape, let's see how wide this guy is. About 2 3/4 or about 8 centimeters by, nope, let's do the side, by about 4 1/2, not quite 4 1/2, or roughly 11, well, anyway, that's millimeters. Well, right, millimeters, centimeters, 11 and some change. But anyway, the point is these aren't terribly big, and yet we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're on layer 8, and that is a lot of layers. It's a lot of layers, but we carry on. Okay, next layer. Definitely recommend the filbert brush for if you want to try this little exercise. Filbert's way better than the round brush was, for sure. I wonder at some point, are we going to be able to distinguish any more excuse me, layers, because the it's just not going to show a whole lot different. Like we'll reach a saturation point. I don't know. We're about to find out. That's kind of the whole point of this exercise, I think. I'm darkening this just a little bit, just in case that's what's needed to continue on. And I'll do the same thing with the green apatite. Darken it ever so bit more. All right, I think we're reaching the point where I'm not going to be able to get it much darker without making it much more saturated, and then that creates a whole new kettle of fish, doesn't it? But we're going to keep going, because each time I say that, I'm able to get a little bit more, so. Let's see what happens. It's an experiment. Let's just see what happens. Alright, let's get some more of this Quin gold going here. I keep saying with every layer, I'm not sure how many more layers this is going to take, but, you know, here we are, taking more layers. Alright. One more layer of this green apatite. I think this one might be saturated, but stay tuned. Alright, last layer. I'm just not going to do anymore. I know, I'm a quitter. Call me a quitter. But I just don't think I just don't think it makes sense to do anymore after this one. So here we are. I think it's just going to be, I'm not sure that layer is going to even show. This one I'm even less sure about. Even less sure about. I'm gonna let it dry and come back, but I just think that might be it. It might be all. Okay, well, it's dry, and so now we're gonna do a tape peel and see if my suspicion that this little piece right here came up is gonna come true. A little bit of bleed there. Okay, so I burnished it really good, and now it's gonna fight me a little. It's okay. Let's see what I got. Oh, this really did bleed a lot more than I was expecting, but okay. Yeah. This is the piece I think is gonna be the spoiler. Hope not, but yep, I thought so. Well, we're gonna need some cleanup on aisle 3 right there. I could just see it. I could just see the, yeah. Okay. So I'll just get a little white paint and I'll fix it. And of course I pulled it right there accidentally, but that's it. Those are all the gradient washes, and I don't know, I think when I do it next time I might make these little ribbons a little further apart than what they are right here, but that's it. Well, that was a fun little experiment. We learned a lot. We'll try again later, another time. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. Okay, postscript. I'm going to just show you. I'm just taking some gesso and a little small angle brush. And this is how we're going to fix it. We're just going to go real slow and do the thing, you know, just, it ultimately might need 2 coats of gesso because this green is pretty dark, pretty pigmented up here. But mostly I'm just tapping it rather than brushing it too much, because brushing it seems to, I don't know, aggravate it a bit more to me. And then here down the sides a little bit, you can see there's a little bleed here. This I'm actually gonna just get right up on that thing and just try to smooth that out. Now if you don't have a real steady hand, you may decide you don't want to do this. That is totally on you. But I just want to clean this up a little bit, and then there's a little bit right here I'm going to clean up too. It's ironic. It tore the paper here because it was so tight, and over here because it was so tight, and yet bleeds like phooey over here. What are you going to do? Clean it up. Oh, shoot. See that? I splurged. I went over the line. Oh, well. I don't even know what my plans are to do with this other than I just wanted to have a little fun. All right, let's go back up here and put a little bit more gesso right here. There we go. That looks better. Yeah. Can you still tell? Sure. But do I care that much? No, I really don't. I really don't. And then what I may do, I'm not risking myself too much here, is grab a little dotter, a little teeny tiny, what is this, spotter, 3/0, and then just try to fix this little spot right here. It's not ideal, but it'll be fine. There, okay. All right, well that was a fun little gradient experiment, and I'm glad we did this. So again, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again next time. Bye.